Let's move on to direct mail. All right, so we're going to talk a lot about direct mail. And something I always like to say about direct mail, prospecting direct mail, meaning we are going to send direct mail pieces, mail in the mailbox to people that are currently not our customers. That means it is a prospect. They're an option. We want to earn this customer. In my opinion, if you do not have a strong brand and have been doing branding plays like billboards, radio, TV, wrapped vans, if you have not been in business more than 2 or 3 years, direct mail is a challenge. It's a struggle, it's a challenge. There's a lot to it. Okay. So, but if you come across a brand that's been in the market for several years, that has wrapped vans, maybe they've done a thing or two around the town with a billboard or radio or TV, something along those lines, direct mail will exponentially perform better. Okay. So, what we want to do is now let's talk about the different ways to do prospecting direct mail. So, remember in your head, prospecting direct mail means we have not done work with them in at least 3 years. Okay. So the important thing is when we're looking for direct mail vendors, it's who fits the client better. So Stochastic is a great vendor partner. They have a secret sauce that they use, and they have their own way of pulling the list of people that we're going to send the mail to. So sometimes they look at credit score and age of home and age of homeowner and college education. Guys, you can get so much information on people and where they live and what they do. And on the direct mail side, what's really important is to understand that direct mail company, like what do they prioritize for the parameters of who we're going to mail to? And then what is their secret sauce? Like how many times does Stochastic suggest that we mail? Best postcards, how many times did they suggest that we mail on a prospecting piece? So a lot of times when clients are talking about, oh, I've done direct mail, you need to ask what kind of direct mail? Was it direct mail to your existing database? Was it a prospecting piece? Or there's a thing called a radius mailer. And a lot of people will use cluster marketing or radius mailers, which are pieces of mail that if I went out and installed a water heater at 909 Willow Oak, I want to send a postcard to the closest 100 homes and say, hey, we were just over in your area and we installed a water heater. Would you like one installed too? That's radius mailers. Okay. On direct mail, so on prospecting and radius mailers, the biggest thing that I'm going to encourage you about is tracking numbers. You need to have from the from the direct mail vendor, you need to have the schedule of when they want to drop, when the creative is due to them, and the tracking number that you have on every different type of mail. So if you're sending out a 4x6 postcard every month, you can use one tracking number. And then if you're sending out like a 6.5 by 11 bigger postcard, that needs to have a different tracking number because you want to be able to see which piece of mail performed better. And so you use a tracking number. If your client doesn't have tracking numbers, then you need to use CallRail or Conversa to build out a tracking number plan for them. Okay. So direct mail, again, is most successful when it's done consistently. And when I say consistently, I think the average homeowner needs to receive mail, a prospecting piece of mail, 6 to 8 times a year. Okay. It's really important though that you understand the strategy behind it. So why are you mailing when you're mailing? And that is the job of the direct mail company that you're partnering your client with to show you when you should drop direct mail and how. Okay. So some key things that I look for is design. So the design, utilize every ounce of space for a good design, right? So the front of the postcard on the left-hand side, you could probably put your mascot or a nice logo or a little like, check out the back for great offers, right? Then when you flip the postcard over on the back, it needs to be an immediate call to action, $69 tune-up. Get creative, but the offer itself needs to have the biggest presence on that postcard. And then now for your clients that have online booking and good websites, put a QR code on there, but you got to put a call out, like a little graphic design around that QR code that says, scan here to book an appointment. Because you also want to put a phone number on there, right? Like all of those things are important to know. Direct mail does need time to work. So I'm going to say you should drop at least 2 times before it starts ringing in your head that you're not getting calls. And then you need to start figuring out why are you not getting calls, okay? So when you're trying to look at the performance of direct mail, I would say for every 1,000 pieces of mail that you drop, you might get 3 phone calls. So that's why it takes a little while for your mail to kind of get going better, is because you can't just, you're going to drop some mail the first time and it's going to perform well. But then you've got to take some time and it's going to kind of level out. And direct mail is designed to be a consistent flow of new customers calling. That's what prospecting is for. Prospecting is going after people in your service area that have not used your company, using a easy offer, $69 tune-up, $59 tune-up, $99 drain clearing, like a very simple offer to get us in the home. Okay. So that's the direct mail. If you're going to use direct mail for replacement, I think it needs to be supplemented with a tune-up offer as well. Okay. So that's prospecting direct mail. And back on those radius mailers, right? So radius mailers mean you utilize a company. Most people use Best Postcards. So I go install a new heating and air conditioning unit. I send that address over to Best Postcards. They come back and send a postcard out that says, we were in your area. Here's a coupon offer to the closest 100 homes. You just want to make sure that that has a different tracking number than your prospecting mail, and that you are tracking the actual conversion to revenue. So we need to understand, how much did we spend to mail it out and how much did we create in revenue. So that's direct mail. Let's go for prospecting. Let's dive into in-house customer direct mail. Okay. So in-house customer direct mail means these are already my clients. They're already my customers. So now what I'm trying to do is just stay in front of them very consistently. So I say once a quarter, we should drop something to them. We love our customers. Here's a $50 coupon. Spring is about to be here. Here's our newsletter of spring tips. Fall is about to be here. Here's ways to get prepared for fall weather, or fall pest, or get your pool ready for fall or winter. And then maybe a Christmas card or a New Year's card, right? So you want to have at least 4 things that go in the mail to your clients. I believe in that. I think it's great. Each piece needs its own tracking number, right? And its own QR code where people can go online to schedule. You can use creative things like call in if you found the little ladybug, right? Do some creative things to get people to call in to let you know that they're seeing your mail. And again, the goal of that is to stay top of mind. So it's not going to have this really high performance. It's another strategy of staying top of mind in front of your existing customers so that they don't forget who they used, because they may not need us very much. Like for the women on the group and maybe some of the guys, if you'll get your nails done, you know your nail guy, because you got to get it done every 2 weeks, right? But an air conditioner is only replaced every 12 years, right? A water heater every 15 years. So if I go give you a new water heater, I may not talk to you again for 15 years. It's a long time, right? So we've got to stay in front of them very consistently. So that's existing direct mail.